right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. We've been discussing recently. Oh, look at you. I told Dave I'm coming in swinging.
Yep. I got to
So,
dodge.
you got nothing. You're
Wow.
Today is going to be me coming through with one swipe and you're done. And that's all it takes because
Okay.
I tend to like things that are great. Right. Dave, on the other hand, sits there and watches bad TV. I mean, idiots watch the TV shows you watched in the 70s. It was bad TV when it was bad. I, on the other hand, I pick
There we go.
wonderful, enlightening television. I have incredible taste in music, far beyond whatever Dave has ever come up with. And we've gone back and forth about female artists over the years. And today I'm going to have to slam the toilet lid on your head as you drink from the well of Anne Murray. Because, sir, hang on, we got to blow my nose. Oh, time change sucks. Makes my nose run. Anyway, you and your Anne Murray fandom, I think you're the only one left.
All I said is she's got one of the most beautiful voices of all time.
Well, no,
and I don't even know that's debatable.
She sounds like she's being run over. She sounds like a cat being run over by a lawnmower compared to the one and only Karen Carpenter. I was watching
Karen Carpenter's got a really good. You know what?
See, you can't even argue. That's the plane I am on. And when you come to that realization, look, I feel good about that.
I would say
this is a breakthrough moment.
Karen Carpenter is close to, if not on, Anne Murray's level. I do tend to forget about her.
No, sir. No.
But no, she's not above.
Way
Anne
above.
Murray when it comes to female voice.
Way above. Way above.
Also, this may be the lamest argument to heterosexual men
this
have
is
ever
pertinent,
had.
and I'm going to tell you why.
But go ahead.
Because I went in. This is coming from me watching Afterlife with Ricky Gervais again, which you haven't done. Again, superior television, superior choices in programming, superior mindset with me. Right.
Okay.
So you stick with the B list, the Eagles and such, and Anne Murray. I'm going to continue.
Most successful rock band ever of all time.
The grown-ups are talking.
Let me know when the grown-up shows up.
Shh. Let's just be quiet for a minute. I'm going to stick with the idea that I'm right, as usual, and that me stumbling on that song, Top of the World Again by the Carpenters, nothing Anne Murray's ever done can compare to Top of the World by the Carpenters. Nothing.
Not even gonna,
nothing.
Like, this feels like a forced fight.
Not at all.
I'm not going to take. I'm not going to take the foot. Look. This
is just a statement of accuracy. This is a statement of depth, wisdom, and knowledge, understanding of the recording process. Because if you look at the Carpenters and the way that they layered vocals back then, Anne Murray didn't stand a chance. She literally could have done karaoke in a bar. To everything
your anti-Canadian bias
not at all.
Is coming out.
Don't even. I got
it's
hockey
very
playing friends.
There are nice neighbors to the north. Okay.
I got hockey playing friends every which direction, and I'll tell you what.
Non-threatening. You got to crap on them. I'm
not crapping on anybody.
I don't get it. But and I even conceded that Karen Carpenter's got a beautiful voice, and I do tend to forget about her.
Top of the world.
Yeah, great song. Great song. I mean, Anne Murray's got half a dozen that are equal to or better than that, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
I'm not going to get into that. I conceded. I didn't say that Anne Murray wiped the floor with her. I just said a little bit better.
No.
But you're just way too you're way too passionate about this.
I just said no.
Fake passion.
I'm saying no again.
Part, but
and no some more. So no.
And by the way, as you talk about my TV viewing habits, last night I was watching The Men Who Built America on the History Channel on demand. That was really, really good, going back to Vanderbilt and Rockefeller and Carnegie and dudes who really we get way too caught up in politicians and what they do. They don't do shit. These are the men who made the country what the country eventually became because they built things. They invented things. They put their money where their mouth was. They were titans of industry.
Wow.
And I am in, like, we just don't have that anymore.
Right.
Now you could argue the morality of some of it, 100%.
There were a few of them.
But at the same time, you know, we kind of stand on the shoulders of that, or in, you know, Gen Z's case, you know, sleep on the shoulders, not really doing anything. I watch that and I go, you know, we had a lot of problems. But make no mistake, life is better now than it was then. No question about it. But at the same time, we just don't make those. We make very few of those individuals anymore. And that's where we're lagging behind seriously.
Okay. Well,
and so if you want a history lesson. In fact, this should have been shown. This should be shown in history classes.
Let me tell you the one thing.
You're in a high school history class. This should be shown, mandatory.
Absolutely. And the one lesson that all of those things kind of leave out, I agree with them. They're great and they're amazing. But the one thing that they all leave out is that back then, those industrialists, none of them tried to cut every corner that they could to make things happen. They had to hire people. They had to get workers. They had to build an industry which continued to feed off of itself. So you can see the cycle of enriching the country by what they did. And that's where the middle class came from, right? Now, it's these industrialists and everything else. They try to cut every corner by using a robot here, a robot there, and then where the suffering comes in is that these jobs that those industrial, because, you know, you can watch those with Carnegie or, you know, Vanderbilt or whoever, and they're all awesome. But the one thing that you see in the background while everything is going on are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workers, hundreds of them. And there's also documentaries out there too. I got to think of what they call, because it's been a while since I've watched them. They're on Prime. Anyway, they're a series of old, like, industrial videos, and you can watch like radio films. You can watch what it was like to run grocery stores in the 50s. You can watch the phone company, all that other kind of stuff. The phone company alone, hundreds of people to make that happen. Now,
and
you got a flunky in a phone store selling you something on a chip. So the industrialists are great, and the ones that are still there and employing people, and the ones that understand that putting those people first are successful, and that's a good thing. So I agree with you 100% with the idea of that part of history needs to be taught, that those industrialists also paid people, and some of them realized they need to pay people enough in order to get out and actually buy their own products. That's the difference.
Carnegie actually teamed with a dude who was cutting corners, and because they did do, like, and Rockefeller was so hated competition. He would shut down, because you had Rockefeller who really cornered the oil market. Standard Oil, that was Rockefeller. You had Vanderbilt. He started with the shipping industry and then moved on to trains, and then there was a back and forth between Vanderbilt and Rockefeller, and then you had Carnegie coming in. He started with trains and then steel industry, and then Carnegie teamed with this guy Frick, who was cutting costs and cutting corners, and then that resulted in the I believe it was the Johnstown flood that killed thousands of people in I think it was the late 1800s. But so they were still cutting. I mean, they were the cutthroat competition between because they wanted to, like, a guy like Rockefeller, he didn't care as much about, I mean, he wanted to make money. They all wanted to make money. These guys were they were the
nothing wrong with making money
of the 1% of the 1%. But they were like, Rockefeller, like, destroyed the economy, like put a lot of people out of work. And I mean a lot, by shutting down refined just to try and destroy Vanderbilt. I mean, it's fascinating the way these minds, because again, just because you have, and these are not necessarily, although Rockefeller kind of fashioned himself as like a moral, upstanding citizen, but he didn't always act that way.
Well,
And
he
a
didn't
lot of
until
it
his later
was
years.
later. Yeah, he became a philanthropist, but
Right.
he actually believed that the reason he was on top, it was kind of God scented that he was on top, because it was like survival of the fittest, and he firmly believed in that. And that is, I mean, there's a version of that, but now, but not like it was then. And again, we're a victim of our own success. That's why we've become softer and lazier and more entitled and whinier and bitchier, and we complain about fake problems, some real problems, but a lot of what we complain about is fake. And it's just
But keep in mind,
we need
all the people they employed in those days.
Yeah, they
and
did.
that's why the economy did so much better.
But they did that because they had to employ these people. Now you've got jobs, and this is again, it's we're a victim of our own success, a victim of our own innovation. You can innovate yourself out of existence, and which is kind of what we're doing with AI. But again, we'll be hopefully kicking that. Never say never.
Okay.
Never say never.
All right.
Might not be in our lifetime, but it might not be as far away as we hope it is. Anyway, what's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. Look at they're out there pouring a driveway for us. That's what's going on.
Oh, look at you!
So if I get distracted, you know why.
Yeah, you're excited about new pavement. I get it. Consumer prices rose again last month. Economists estimate that increase was around 0.4%. That's up another 0.3% from January to February. Higher gas prices were seen as the main factor in driving up inflation. The national average jumping back over the $3 mark. Of course, around here we're closer to like $3.70. But
was that gas prices or consumer confidence? I wasn't paying.
That was consumer prices driven up by gas prices.
Oh, okay.
Like everything's going up.
I'm taking notes.
In part because
this is important.
Very good.
No.
Of course.
Yeah.
Teens are actually happier without cell phones. This, according to the latest survey, nearly 75% claim they feel happy or peaceful when they don't have their cell phones with them. The survey comes as policymakers and children's health advocates have become increasingly concerned with kids' cell phone use. According to Pew Research, 95% of teens have access to a smartphone. I think they do come to that realization. Of course, you got the initial when you take it away from them, as Max found out last summer. His grades dipped last summer, and we told him about this. Hey, you want to have your phone over the summer, you got to maintain your grades at a certain level, and he gets them there when he has to.
Right.
He's smart enough. It's one of those, he'll have a C in a class, but be getting A's and B's on shit, but he'll just not have turned work in because he's kind of lazy that way. And that's just how it's lazy teenager syndrome, which is all teenagers pretty much at this point.
So which point, if he didn't have that, he would have picked up the cat turd.
Now he wasn't going to pick that up anyway.
No,
because we got to wait for it to harden. I still don't get that. I still wait. You want to wait for because the stench is going to be there. To me, you pick it up and then you Febreze the hell out of it.
Why didn't you pick it up?
Area. I wasn't going to pick it up. Not my cat. That's his responsibility. That's not daddy's. No. Finally, flu is up across the state of Michigan. Cases up 6% from just a week ago. The state issued over 9% fewer flu vaccines in 2023. Okay, it's the flu. NyQuil, Dayquil, OJ, you're fine. And first of all, who's reporting flu cases? And this can't be. I mean, it's probably greater than 9% because most people, I would assume, aren't going to the doctor when they have the flu. They're at home.
Right. Again,
NyQuil, Dayquil, OJ, and then you're back to work in a day or two. Or if you're
Thank you, Dr. Dave.
Going.
All
right. Is there a counter?
No.
Counter that.
It's the flu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not a big deal. Don't care. Sports. Pistons win. They beat Charlotte 114-97. The Wings are off, and former Holland Christian and Michigan State star Kirk Cousins, the big winner in the NFL free agency sweepstakes, inking a deal with the Atlanta Falcons. 4 years, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed, $50 million just to sign his name. Not bad for a almost 36-year-old coming off an Achilles injury.
Wow.
But I'm a big Kirk Cousins fan. Anybody who goes undefeated against Michigan as the starting QB, he can do no wrong, and he's a good dude to boot. So
Isn't that?
that's sports.
All right.
Yeah.
Where were we yesterday? It was 56,000. I didn't write down the number. 56,700. All right. So there we go. 56,700 in the hole.
And you screwed up. You screwed up the question, and then I screwed up the answer. So
God.
So just try and.
Every day, you give me a reason to realize why they've started firing people in work.
Channel your inner Gene Rayburn.
Okay, I'm going to do that right now.
There you go.
You remember the category?
You didn't say what the category
was
yet. No, you did not.
Yeah.
You have not said what the category is yet. Nope. You said what it was yesterday.
No, I said what it was today, and you were babbling like a jackass. So I guess I'll say it again, and I'll hold your hand right through the whole thing, just like I would if you had to pick up a cat turd or anything else that requires Dave doing something icky that he can't handle. Okay. What was yesterday's category?
I don't even remember what the category was yesterday. That was 24 hours ago, man.
Wow.
What do you accept?
You're mint is what you are. You're mint.
I don't know what mint is. I don't know. What is that, a newfangled?
No, that's one of the oldest ones from the family. You're mint.
Mint? I don't have any idea.
Mint condition.
Means. Oh, I mean, okay, that's a positive then.
Right. Keep believing it.
Okay.
Surviving Prohibition.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you have the category now?
Surviving Prohibition. We're good.
Because listen, Grandpa, I don't want to have to walk you through it again.
You didn't say it earlier.
Turned up.
I did say it earlier. You did not say Surviving Prohibition earlier.
I did. Go back and listen.
If you did, I'll go back and listen. If you did, I will correct the record tomorrow.
Okay, you will. Unable to brew Pabst. Oh, excuse me. There's a comma there. I'll have to go back. Hey, that's okay. Unable to brew, Pabst started making Pabst-Eat, a Velveeta-like cheese. Eventually, this competitor. Hey, shut up, man. Time change. Eventually, this competitor sued.
Eventually, Anheuser-Busch. I don't know.
Are you really that
beer
stupid?
Companies. You said Pabst couldn't brew, so they started making cheese in this competitor. Velveeta?
Okay, so when Velveeta is actually in the question, do you think that's going to be a part of the answer?
No, I guess you said this competitor. I was assuming it was a
started making Pabst-Eat, a Velveeta-like cheese. Eventually, this competitor sued. And you said Anheuser-Busch.
Kraft.
Too late. I am taking $600 and cramming it right up your rear.
That's fine. No, and I deserve that because
I don't listen, and I try to pull it off at Andy.
You effed up the question again and blamed it on
God's
the time change 2 days later because you had to get up at, it felt like 7 and it was 8 o'clock, but I can't deal with an hour. Ah, jeez. But hey, I whiffed on it. That's on me.
57,300 in the hole. 57,300 in the hole. Negative 57,300. That's a negative. Negatory.
That's fine.
All right, take your big brain and all that, and what I want you to do is go buy yourself a Karen Carpenter record and enjoy that today because she's so much better than Anne Murray.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
See ya.
Happy Tuesday, Muskegon. Very nice weather will continue today, so let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Temperature-wise, we will stay warm today with temperatures near 60 degrees. We'll probably be in the lower 60s further away from Lake Michigan. However, we will see more cloud cover on Tuesday. than we saw throughout the day on Monday, until rain showers will move in likely for Thursday and also on Friday now. So like I said, temperature-wise will be around 60 degrees, a little bit cooler toward the lake and a little bit warmer away from it. Ravenna should be the warm spot at 62. So for your Tuesday, expect temperatures around 60, like I said, with partly cloudy skies. We'll have more high clouds moving into the area than we saw on Monday. Then overnight will cool down to only 39 degrees with partly cloudy skies holding on. And then we should warm up even further on Wednesday, staying dry though as well with partly cloudy skies continuing. And then like I said, that rain shower activity will move in on Thursday, lasting into Friday with temperatures cooling back down into the 40s unfortunately. And will maybe even cool down into the 30s early next week as a trough moves into the area, possibly bringing a chance of snow as well. And that's your Tuesday forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Coleman's Weather, and have a great day.